Alrighty. Hey everybody, this is Bill from GMAT and GRE Math Made Simple. Today, for this live, I'm going to go and talk to you about the questions that I posed on Monday. Okay, so let's get right into it. So we're going to start with the GMAT. And the question that we posed on Monday was, the average arithmetic mean of four numbers is 5.5. When an additional number is included, the average of all five numbers is 6. What is that additional number? Okay, when you look at it, it gives you, let you know that there's at least 5 numbers. So we'll start with what they give us. They have 4 numbers, and the average equals 5.5. So if the average between all that is 5.5, you could take these 4 numbers and you can multiply by the average, which will give us 22. Okay? So that is the very first part of the question. Now, when it comes to the second part, you're trying to figure out what's the additional number. Now, when you have the fifth number, so you have 5 numbers now, and the average is 6, we do the same again. You can multiply the 5 numbers, or the 5, by the average, which is 6, which equals 30. Now, in order to find out what that extra number is, you can take that 30, you subtract that 22 we got from the last one, and you get 8. So the last number that you got was 8. So if you look at the options that you have for the answers, 8 is the correct answer. Okay? So let's go into the second one. Number 2. Okay? It says a set of numbers has an average arithmetic mean of 12. When a subset of numbers which has an average of 15 is removed from the original set, the sum of the remaining numbers is 60. How many numbers remain from the original set? Okay, so in order to do this, take the information they give us and we'll use it. So they said we had a set of 10 numbers. Let's say this. We have 10 numbers. 10. We have the average is 12. Average 12. Okay, and it says so when you do that, you got 10 times 12 equals 120. So let's make this into like a little circle here, make it easier for everybody. We have bam, and this will be the total right here. Okay, let's make this, there we go, perfect. Okay, so this is what we have. We have the total, we have the average, and we have the total number. Okay? So that's what we have for the very first one. This is the whole thing. Okay? Now, when it comes down to it, we're going to remove an original set. But they said the sum of the remaining is 60. So that means that you split this right here down to 2. We'll do it again, twice. We got 60 here and 60 here, because that is that. For those two equal 120. Okay? So now it says one of the subset of numbers, which has an average of 15, is removed, the original set. How many sum of the remaining numbers is 60? How many numbers remain in the original set? So when we come down to it, let's put this one has the 15, and let's see, this is the one that we're going to leave alone for right now. Okay? So now we have subset of 15. We look at it, we say, okay, we have subset of numbers, average of 15. So if this is an average of 15, like we did with here for this, we're going to do the same thing down here. So we have, let's put question mark times the 15, which is our average, equals 60. That looks like go, but it's 60. Okay, divide by 15. This cancels out. The question number we need right now equals 4. So this right here will show as 4. Now, when you look at this, you have 10 minus the 4, and then we have 6. And then the average here will be 10. Okay, so the question that they ask is how many numbers remain from the original set? So this right here is the whole. Here is what is removed, as we found out. And here is what remains. Okay, so this right here is your answer because that's the number of numbers that remain in the original set. Okay, so when it comes to the GMAT, those are the questions posed for this week. And that's the explanation to go through and do them. Now let's move on to the GRE. GRE. Okay, so number 8 is the one that we started with for this week. It says solve for z. So we're trying to find out solve for z. And here's the equation. We have 4z minus 7 divided by 3 minus 2z. And this all equals -5. Now to solve for z, we need to make sure that there's nothing in the bottom when it comes to here. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply each side by 3 minus 2z. And this side as well. And bam. Okay, when we do that, this cancels out and leaves 4z minus 7. And then we have to multiply and bring in the method, the FOIL method. So -5 times 3 is -15. Then we have -5 times -2z, which is plus 10z. Now, what we need to do now is to make sure that we have all the numbers on one side and we have the z's on the other side. So to make this easy, I'm going to subtract 4z from each side, and I'm going to add 15 to each side to get rid of this. So when we do that, we have -7 plus 15, which is 8, equals, and then we have 10z minus 4z, and that gives us 6z. Now when we divide by the 6, we get the z by itself. That crosses out, gives us 1z, or just z. And we have 8 over 6, or 4 over 3. Okay? So now, that's how we're going to get that. Okay? So, if you want to go through and do this to prove it, well, copy, paste, you can go through here and do your screenshot if you want, and then I'll put the answer here and go through everything to make sure that is correct. Let's put the -4/3 in there and see what we get. Okay? Cross this all the way up. 3 minus, there we go. So you have 4 times 4 over 3 minus 7 divided by 3 minus 2 times 4/3 equals -5. So we have, let's see this, 16 over 3 minus, and instead of doing the whole numbers, we'll do this, make this over 3 as well, so 7 over 1, and we're trying to get over 3, so it'll be 21 over 3. Okay, we'll do it this way. 21 over 3, okay? That's what we have on top. And then on the bottom, we have 3 minus 2 times 4/3, which is 8 over 3. So in this case, we'll go through and do the same thing. We have 3 over 1, and we're trying to get one that's 3, so be 9 over 3. So we'll go through and we'll erase this. This will be 9 over 3 minus 8/3. And of course, this all equals -5, if everything comes right. So when you do this, we have -5 over 3 divided by, let's put this in parentheses, 1 over 3. Okay, equals -5. Okay, now when we do this, if you multiply both sides by 3, you'll see, let's see, the whole thing, 3 over 3, because that means 1. You're pretty much multiplying by 1. This stays the same, and you'll get -5 times 3, which is -5, over 3 times 1/3, which is 1, equals negative 5. When you do that, negative 5 equals negative 5. And that's how you solve and check for that question. Let's go on to number 9. Now for the next 3 questions, we have a difference between quantity